Hello, welcome to slbynaenglish. I am Sumalata, James High School, Apepeta. If you like my videos, please like it, share it and subscribe it. Okay. Today, I would like to continue the lesson, The Dear Departed One, Mrs. Joda. He has done it on purpose, just to annoy us. This is about insurance. They are talking. Elizabeth added that he had done so intentionally to irritate them. Mrs. Slater, after all I have done for him, having to put up with him in the house those 3 years, it is nothing short of swindling. Swindling means cheating. Amelia said that her father had cheated her in return for the hard work and dedication she had done in the last 3 years. Mrs. Joda, I had to put up with him for 5 years. Elizabeth commented that she had to bear him in her house for 5 long years. Mrs. Slater, and you are trying to turn him over to us all the time? Amelia said that all that while Elizabeth had tried to push him over to her house. Henry, but we don't know for certain that he has not paid the premium. Henry interrupted them and said that they did not know if he had paid the insurance premium that morning or not. Mrs. Slater, Victoria, run upstairs and fetch that bunch of keys that's on your grandpa's dressing table. Amelia asked Victoria to run up the stairs and get the bunch of keys which were lying on her grandfather's dressing table. Victoria timidly, in grandpa's room, timidly means in a manner that shows a lack of courage, ధైర్యం లేదన్నమాట, or confidence. తాతయ్య చనిపోయి ఉన్నారు కదా, అందుకని భయపడుతుంది. Victoria asked that she had to go to her grandfather's room. She could not gather the courage to go there as she feared that his dead body was lying inside the room. Mrs. Slater, yes. Amelia said yes. Victoria, I don't like to. Victoria resisted and said that she did not like to go there, that is grandfather's room. Mrs. Slater, don't talk so silly. There is none can hurt you. Victoria goes out reluctantly. We will see if he has locked the receipt up in the bureau. Amelia scolded her for talking silly things. She said that there was no one who could hurt her. Victoria went out. Victoria went out of the room hesitantly. Amelia said that they could check if their father had kept the receipt in the locked drawer of the bureau. Ben, in where? In this thing. He rises and examines it. Ben asked in which drawer would have he locked it, and then walked up to the bureau to examine it. Mrs. Jordan also raised, when did you pick that up, Amelia? It's new since last I was here. They examined it closely. Elizabeth also stood up and asked Amelia that where did she buy the bureau from, as it was a new thing that and was not there when she had last visited them. The Jordans inspect the bureau closely. They didn't see before that, and so they are seeing closely. Mrs. Slater, oh, Henry picked it up one day. Amelia said that Henry had got it one day. Victoria returns very scared. She closes the door after her Victoria returned from her grandfather's room. She was scared and shut the door behind her. Victoria, mother, mother. Victoria called out to her mother. Mrs. Slater, what is it, child? Amelia asked her, what was it? Victoria, Grandpa is getting up. Victoria repeated her statement. Their grandfather was getting up. Ben, what? Ben was startled and asked what Victoria was saying. Mrs. Slater, what do you say? Amelia also asked what Victoria was saying. Victoria, Grandpa is getting up. Victoria repeated her statement that her grandfather was getting up. Mrs. Jordan, the child is crazy. Elizabeth said that Victoria had gone crazy. Victoria get fear by seeing his grandfather is getting up, but Mrs. Jordan thought that the child is crazy. Mrs. Slater, don't talk so silly. Don't you know your grandpa is dead? Amelia said to Victoria not to talk silly things. She asked her that did she not know that his grandfather was dead? Victoria, no, she is getting up. I saw him. They are transfixed with amazement. Ben and Mrs. Jordan left off the table. Victoria clings to Mrs. Slater right off the table. Henry near fireplace. Victoria said that he was getting up. She saw him get up. All of them are shocked. Ben and Elizabeth were standing to the left of the table. Victoria held her mother tightly as they stood to the right of the table. Henry stood near the fireplace. Ben suddenly, listen. They look at the door. A slight chuckling is heard outside. The door opens, revealing an old man clad in a faded but gay dressing gown. He is in his stocking feet. Although over 70, he is vigorous and well colored. His bright, malicious eyes twinkle under his heavy, reddish grey eyebrows. He is obviously either Grandfather Abel Merriweather or else his ghost. They are thinking that he may be the ghost or real Grandfather Abel Merriweather. His name was Abel Merriweather. Who is he? He is the father of Mrs. Slater and Mrs. Jordan. Okay, Amelia and Elizabeth. Okay, we will continue the next part in B reading. Okay, today it is enough. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.